Heed the sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now. Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
Coming to the house, I mean dig out the red. March down the gal till the gal them dead. Put up on me bed and me turn her around. Give her the cocky till she hit on the ground. Mash it up, dig out the red. Call the police on me. Hey, gal them in the party. Them all come tell me them honey. Me all give them all the cocky. Them nah know me love Panani. Hey,
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
Stop.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
me say me kill off the gal with the wood. Give them all the loving and the gal them could. Take them to be bed and me give them the ride. All of the gal them I kill them inside. Call police pon me tonight. So many pretty hand gal them damn me like. All the woman in the club looking sweet and a nice and a ripe and me wanna get up inside. Shit.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now. Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
Me say me murder Panani daily. Me see a pretty gal, me want she hug me baby. So many things about the gal I me like. All of the woman in the club them a fight, yeah. Look pon she leg and look pon she eyes. Look pon she lips and look pon she thighs. Me like the way the gal a move real low. Me like the way the gal a move real slow. Look how she leg them, look how it bend. Give her the stroke and make the body work. The way she looking at me tonight. Me wanna take her to me house tonight. Me wanna push it on the bed real low. Me want she head I hit the pillow. Give her the woody and give her it slow. Give her the woody and give her it slow.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
Stop.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now.
Woman fi talk and them moving slow. All of the gal them moving low. Like when the gal them bend down low. Like when them touch down on them toe. All of the gal them marking so. Woman them come to the club them know. Come to the bar get a drink inside. Now she all on me wood and she want it inside. All of the nights it a party time. All of the gal them lose them mind. Coming to the club and the gal them fi ball. Me not take no gal to no shopping mall. Me no spend no money pon no gal that's not mine. Me no play no sim game, me have no time. Me no take no gal out for wine and dine. Me no spend no money pon no gal that's not mine.
Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now. Murder the Panani, murder the Panani, murder the Panani now. people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Stop.
Yow, 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 yow. Oh. When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Who got the girl them flex up? In the club man vex up. All the girl them on the floor. Woman them are there on the door. Look at the girl on the floor. Look at the girl whining, she grinding now. All the man them yelling. Girl body so hot like a felon. Look at she girl whine like a snake. All the man them thinking. Look at them eye them blinking. Look at the man them drinking. Look at the girl them thinking. When we see woman they saw them attack. All the woman in all the club them a whine. Woman me want she now, yow.
When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you. Yow, 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 yow. When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the girls them in the club, them are dancing. Alright, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, me see the woman there, so she a dancing there upon me. Alright, girl, come to me, yeah. Wind up, that's up on the floor. Woman, that's how them a dance on me, so me like the way she dance on me. Me like the way she whine on me. Go down low, girl, don't let go upon me. Let you wind this upon me. Don't you let go upon me. Ho, wine girl, that's a long go. Wine girl said they don't wine. Holly woman, they upon me mind. Holly girl, them dancing, yow. Me like when the woman them talking. Me like when the woman them dancing. Me like when the girl them hold me. Me like when the girl them a wine slow. Left to right, left to right, left to right. The woman them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right. All the girl them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them a dancing left to right, left to right, left to right.
When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Stop.
Yow, 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 yow. When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Me like the way you talk to me, girl. Me like the way you talk to me, girl. The way she open up, she bouncy and tell me she want me dig it out. Yo, the girl there she whining. All the girl them timing. Left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them bowing. Left to right, left to right, left to right. The way the girl them are whining. Left to right, left to right, left to right. The way the girl them are talking. Left to right, woman them are bowing. Left to right, all the woman them are singing. Left to right, all the girl them are flexing. No, woman that's so in the club them dancing. All of the woman on the floor them prancing. Like the way she jump to me house it risky. Like all the girl them when them frisky. All of the girl them a come them tipsy. Come to me house and me dig it out. No. Left to right, all the gal them are singing. Left to right, all the gal them are talking. Left to right, all the gal them are dancing. Left to right, all the woman them are bowing. Left to right, left to right, left to right, to right. Hold on me girl, hold on tight. Hold on me girl, hold it right. Hold on gal, they hold me tight. Hold on gal, they hold me tight. Get up gal, let's wine now. Get up gal, let's go on bud. Get up gal, let's go on bud. Get up gal, let's go on bud.
When them people them attack, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you. Yow, 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 yow. When them people, them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Dirty wine, dirty wine, dirty wine, girl. Dirty wine, dirty wine, dirty wine, girl. Me like the way the woman them party. Me like when the girl them naughty. It's looking risky. All the girl them frisky. All the girl them bend, all the girl them move. Woman they so the girl them want know. Me see the girl them a bend. Me see the woman they so come she a lean. Girl them flexing, girl them fleeky, girl them freaky, all girl them neaty. Woman they so talking real neaty. Girl them come to me room. Hold me body tight, girl. Hold me body tight, girl. Hold me body tight, girl. Left to right, left to right. All the woman them a swallow. Left to right, left to right, left to right. All the woman them a bowing. Left to right, left to right, left to right.
When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Stop.
Yow, 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 yow. When them people them a talk, you know that them watching you. And when them see you, you know them watching you.
Stop.
Shout out the love and shout out the play. All of the gal them coming my way. Bend up the pony, open up hole. All of the gal them come, they want soul. Me say the woman is so flex. Woman is so them a come, they want next. Woman is so says she want sex. Me tell the gal this come, she clitex. Come to me room, gal, let me hold you. Come to me room, gal, let me see you. Come to me room, gal, let me hold you. Come to me room, gal, let me see you. Wine, wine all the time. All of the woman is so deep on me mind. Look at them shake and look at the floor. All of the woman in the club me adore, yeah. Come to me room, gal, me a hold you. Come to me room, gal, me a see you. Come to me room, gal, let me hold you. Come to me room, gal, let me see you. Wine, wine all the time. All of the woman is so deep on me mind. Look at the floor, gal them me door. All of the woman they club me adore, yeah. Foot on shoulder, dig out the red. Kill all the gal them till the gal them dead. Dig out punani till the punani red. All of the woman in the club give me head. Oh man fi flex down, gals on the floor. Oh man them flexing, gal on the floor. Oh man them flexing, gal on the floor. Gal on the floor, gal on the floor. Oh man them flexing, gal on the floor. Oh man them flexing, gal on the floor. Oh man them flexing, gal on the floor. Gal on the floor, gal on the floor.
Oh man, let me tell you what me want now, yeah. Oh man, let me tell you what me want now.
Foot on shoulder, dig out the red. Kill off the girl till the girl them dead. Dig out punani till the punani red. Grab up the girl them shove all she head. Swallow the cocky girl, swallow the lead. All of the woman them dip on the bed. One by one me a mash them down. All the woman in the place and me give them crown. Right now to me room girl, let me hold you. Come to me room girl, let me see you. Come to me room girl, let me hold you. Come to me room girl, let me see you. Wine, wine all the time. All of the woman is so deep on the mind. Wine on the floor, girl them a core. All of the woman in the club me adore, yeah.
I like all the girl them. I like all the girl them, so I want all the girl them. I want all the girl them. All the woman in the club in my dance. All the woman in the club in my wine.
Let me hold you, come to me room, gal. Let me see you, come to me room, gal. Let me hold you, come to me room, gal. Let me see you wine all the time. All of the woman is out there on me mind. Look at them shake and look at the floor. All of the woman in the club me adore, yeah.
Baby, let me talk to you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me love on you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me talk on you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me love on you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me come in you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me lick on you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me lay on you. Oh yeah. Baby, let me fuck on you. Oh yeah.
Come to me room, gal. Me a hold you. Come to me room, gal. Me a see you. Come to me room, gal. Let me hold you. Come to me room, gal. Let me see you wine all the time. All of the woman is out there on me mind. Look at the floor, gal them me door. All of the woman they club me adore, yeah. Come to me room, gal. Let me hold you. Come to me room, gal. Let me see you. Come to me room, gal. Let me hold you. Come to me room, gal. Let me see you wine all the time. All of the woman is out there on the mind. Wine on the floor, gal them a core. All of the woman in the club me adore, yeah. Dig out the pony, dig out she mouth, dig out she body, dig out she mouth, dig out the pony, dig out she mouth, dig out she body, dig out she mouth, dig out the pony, dig out she mouth, dig out she body, dig out she mouth, dig out the pony, dig out she mouth, dig out the pony, dig out she mouth, foot pan shoulder, dig out the red, kill off the girl till the girl them dead, dig out punani to the punani red, grab up the girl them shove all she head, swallow the cocky girl, swallow the lead, all of the woman them dep on the bed, one by one me a mash them down, all the woman in the place and me give them crown, right I know. Welcome to the show, everybody. Black Male Advice TV. You already done know what the deal is. The early morning show before I head out to go to work. It is what it is. I was supposed to do this show at 10 p.m. last night, but I overslept. Had to get some rest. But I'm here. And we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. Apologize for the first attempt. I didn't have my USB for my Rodecaster Pro plugged in to this computer. It was plugged into another computer when I was doing some recordings. But shout out to everybody joining in on the show. You know what I mean? I pretty much shouted out a lot of y'all already. So we're going to get right into this particular topic. We're dealing with an issue that a lot of times women have a hard time understanding. It's my hope that the majority of women that are watching the show are going to gain some serious knowledge to understand men, to understand the times that we're in, so that they can pretty much navigate the BS that's going to come when they get into relationships with a man. Because a lot of times women, they get into relationships and they immediately want to introduce monogamy to a man. But they don't come out and say, hey, you know, I need for you to just be with me and me only. This is a norm. And most of us brothers, if you're not careful, when you get involved with a female, automatically by default, she's expecting you to be monogamous. What women are going to learn in this live here is that men are not monogamous. Regardless what you may have heard, regardless of, you may hear it on dating sites, some YouTube videos, social media, Facebook. You may even have men that say stuff like, baby, 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 I only want to be with you and only you. All of that is lies. What you're going to learn is that men in general are not born monogamous. If a man get into a relationship with a female, she might be the only one right now, but the needs that a man have is so great that one woman cannot pretty much fulfill that man. It's virtually impossible. And a lot of times what women try to do is they believe that they have this ability to tame a man, to lock a man down. And they think that vagina, if I could just provide some vagina, that's gonna somehow make this man stay with me forever. I mean, you have to think about what women are really asking you brothers to do. They're asking you to devote your entire life to only them and to turn off your natural urges for the female energy. It's impossible. And most of you brothers who have taken the oath of monogamy in various relationships, you have learned that you failed because it's impossible for you to pretty much do that. You may be on your best behavior for a while, but eventually you're gonna fall apart because it's not in your nature to be monogamous to only one woman only for the rest of your life. That's like serving a prison sentence. Like, it makes no logical sense when you really think about it. So what we're gonna learn throughout this live show, and hopefully women will learn, is that any relationship you get into, my hope is that, number one, you have a quality man. That's the main goal. Because every man is not the same. And a lot of times people watch my live shows and they think that when I speak, I'm talking about the majority of black men or men in general as if though we're all the same and cut from the same cloth. Certainly we're not. Some of us brothers are just into pumping and dumping, smashing and dashing. Some brothers are not concerned with a woman's sexual needs. They're only concerned with themselves. This is something that happens. Most brothers get into relationships with women and it's just strictly sexual. There's no companionship, there's no conversation, there's no laughter, there's no fun time, there's really nothing there. And what men need to understand is that as much as we are interested in women and desire sex, that's not the only thing a female can bring to you. There's more to a female than just getting her in bed. Now, when you listen to my music is very sexual and sensual because that is how I am inside as a man towards women. You know, I love women. You know what I'm saying? The way I feel when I see a beautiful woman, it does something to me. I like the variety of faces. I like the difference in personalities, the body types, and what it brings to me as a man. So as men, you can't really deprive yourself of your natural instincts when it comes to a man. You're a hunter. But at the same time, you have to have good character. You can't be out here getting with women, abusing them, using them, taking advantage of them just for sexual needs, and then you get rid of them. I believe that as men, when you get involved with a woman, you have to truly get to know who this female is, talk to her, connect with her, to make her comfortable to understand who you are as a man. And you have to be upfront, direct, and pretty much lay all your cards out on the table. That way, there is no hidden agendas, there's no hidden secrets. You're literally being upfront. And this is very important when you get involved in a relationship, because if you don't be upfront, then what she's gonna do is she's gonna put you in the monogamy box. And you're gonna automatically take the oath of monogamy without even realizing what you did. And you're gonna live a miserable existence because you're gonna be trying to live up to this being with only one woman, when deep down inside, you're hurting inside. You see, ladies, every brother that may be in the chat, that are in the overflow, regardless what relationship these men may be in with a woman, regardless what they may say to a woman, each and every one of these brothers are not monogamous. Men are polygynous by nature. A man may start a relationship off with one woman because he have to get to know the woman and learn how to be a husband, learn how to be a man, a provider, a father. He have to learn before he can walk. You hear the saying, you have to crawl before you walk. So being in a relationship with just one woman in the beginning is standard, but it's not the end all be all for a man. Because as a man dwell with a woman, he begin to learn and understand what his needs are. He begin to understand his true potential, and he'll discover what he really wants. He'll discover the lack. He'll discover what his main woman is not providing. Not that she's a bad person. That's not what this is about. Because a lot of times when women feel like, okay, a man is, I guess, if he want more than one woman or whatever the case is, that it's because his woman that he's with is no good, or she's not fulfilling all his desires, meaning like she's a failure. That's not what this is about. So to all the ladies that may be listening, I need for you to understand and listen very carefully so that there's no misunderstandings when it comes to the topic at hand. When a man has need of another woman, it is not because you as a woman are a failure. It is because you're unable to do all the work. Let's look at this from a company standpoint. I own a company. You're my employee. I hired you to do a job. But because the company is growing, because there are so many different tasks, you're unable to meet the demands. You're a great worker. You come on time. You do what you're supposed to do. You're very attentive to what is needed. But at the end of the day, it's too much work for you to do as a woman. You're dealing with the files. You're dealing with the company budget. You're dealing with the financial aspects of the company. There's so many different things that you're doing at one time that you're overworked and stressed out. You need a day off. You need a time to just relax and recoup. This is why when you have a job and it's in a company, we have multiple staff members to do different tasks. When you understand it in that sense, and you look at a relationship and you understand polygyny with a man towards more than one woman, each woman brings something to the table for this man that one woman cannot bring. It's not that a man neglects his woman and he just want to go creep on the low. That's not what this is about. Again, we're dealing with quality men who are righteous, who understand purpose and growth. Whoremonger males, they're the ones who just want to pump, dump, and it's very obvious what they want to do. When you're a man who is focused on building with women, cohabitating with women, having wives, concubines, you must be the type of man that when you're involved in these women's lives, that you bring something to them that they just don't have. You bring fulfillment in their heart. You bring something into their life that they're not going to get in the world. And they got to bring something to you that you need as well. Once you have that understanding, just like a business, like a company, it's very apparent why men need more than one woman, because one woman cannot do everything. A lot of times when you think of a man having more than one woman, we think of sex. That's pretty much all we think about. If I meet a woman, I'm not even focused on getting her in bed. I'm actually trying to get to know who she is. I'm actually talking to her. I can have desire. I can, be turned on by something. I can have thoughts that's going through my mind. But at the same time, as a man, I have to make sure that the young lady is comfortable. You understand? I have to make sure that she is not threatened by me even being around, because you have to understand, brothers, a lot of times when you get involved with women, they're so accustomed to the way in which men are today. They just want to just get in a woman's pants. They just want to just meet up with them and just score. And it's like, I think that that's the worst thing you can possibly do. So my approach is communication. And I teach brothers this all the time in my videos. And hopefully that you brothers are listening, that you actually apply this, because when you are focused on nothing but communicating with women, you're actually having intercourse with them. And this is something that a lot of brothers may not understand. You know what I mean? Shout out to Fitness Information for the super chat. He said, my mom had a heart attack this week. I had to do cooking and take care of my younger bros. That task showed me I definitely need more than one wife. Wow. Sorry to hear about that, bro. But yeah, just by the pure fact of what you had to deal with, it clearly shows you the need. It shows you exactly what you're going to have to do. And it's a lot of times people don't realize what men truly need and desire. Women think that a man only needs them. And it's not the case. Men have different needs, just like a woman have certain needs, but men have way more needs. And it's very, very vast that most women, they can't fulfill it. No matter how much they think they can't fulfill what a man needs. Now, every man is polygamous by nature. Every man. Even the men who think that they're an exception, and they're not. Because later on in life is going to prove me right. A lot of times men, they feel that if they tell a woman like, hey, you know, I'm a monogamous type of guy, you think that that's going to get the woman faster. Actually, that's going to make the woman go away. Because acting like you're monogamous, right, versus being upfront and real is going to determine if a woman is going to respect you or not. See, a lot of you brothers, you're not getting respect from a woman because she know that you're full of crap, because you're lying. Women know good and well that although you might be interested in them, if you see another sister walking down the block and she look good, you're going to look. So all of this, well, I'm monogamous, all I need is one woman. Okay, let's see how that works for you in the next 10 years. Let's see how that works for you when you're with your woman and she's not doing all the things you thought that a woman should be doing. Then you're going to realize, wow, I got a lot of needs, man. When you have babies and you recognize that when a woman have a child, you know, it affects her libido, and now her sex drive is not as high as it used to be. Because, you know, like a lot of you brothers, you'll get with a woman and for whatever reason, if she have no kids, her sex drive will be pretty high. Y'all be, you know, swinging from chandeliers and doing all sorts of stuff. You know, it'd be crazy in the crib. But once she have a baby, everything changes. And see, a lot of men, they don't understand life. They think that when children comes in, it's time to, everything's going to be the same. And, you know, it'll be cool if it was, but really it can't be, because it affects a woman's body. Sometimes women gain weight. Sometimes they lose weight. Sometimes they go through different mood swings. Their sex drive is affected. And if they have more than one child, that really affects a woman big time. And pretty much the only way for a woman's sex drive to be, it could be stimulated and restored back to where it used to be, is going to have to be the art of communication that's going to open her up, because it dries down. So all of you brothers who are monogamous minded, I can guarantee you that within the next 5 to 10 years, if any woman you're dealing with right now, you might be playing that monogamy role, thinking you're Mr. Monogamy and everything is cool. I guarantee you within the next 5 to 10 years, you might end up coming in my comment section telling me, bro, you were right the whole time. And I'll be like, why? What's happening? Well, I'm seeing this other lady and, you know what I'm saying, you know, I thought that I can do that monogamy thing, but it's just not working out for me. And I'm going to tell you, you should have listened to me from day one, because The only reason why you're trying to do the monogamy thing is because you want to please the woman, because she is the one who's leading the household, not you. As a man, you pretty much have to set the standards when you're around women. You have to set those standards to make a woman understand, not that you're a loose brother who's just out there sleeping around with women, because that's not what this is about. I have to keep on replaying that thought in your mind, because a lot of times I get a lot of flack for teaching on these topics, because women think that when I talk about these things that I'm just encouraging brothers to go out there and just sleep around with women. That's not what I teach. If anybody listen to my content, you know clearly that I'm about family building, and it's very important. And a lot of times people, they don't consider these things. They don't really think about the fact that men need women in their world. And it's not always just to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? You can have women that are your concubines. You can have women that you pretty much prepare to be wives. There's so many different levels to what a woman bring to a man. Sometimes you can be in a situation where you need help doing a live show. Let's say, for example, this live show right here. What if I needed multi-cameras and I needed someone to be the editor or the producer, and they're the ones who's behind the equipment while I'm doing all the talking, where I don't have to, be controlling stuff. See, I'm doing everything myself right here, but it requires more help. Your main woman, she may not be available or up at the hour where you're doing what you're doing. But if you had more than one woman, or if you had more than one wife, or if you had concubines and women that are technical, tech savvy, just like you, and they understand the vision you have, now they're able to help you move forward with that goal. And now you're able to build. So it's not just a sexual thing. It's not just, where you are just after some woman because you just want to have sex with her. That comes with the territory. But with every woman, they bring something different to you. Let me see. Fitness information said, can you have another wife without having children with her? Well, the purpose of a wife, if I can break this thing down, if you're going to have a wife, then her obligation is to bear children for you. If you're just having a woman as a wife and you're not bringing forth children, then you're pretty much eliminating the purpose for wife. Now, if you have a woman who is a concubine, then that might be a different story. For example, you may get into a situation where you're with a female and she might either have children or not have children, and she may not want to be a wife, but she want to be a concubine. But in those situations, I would first ask you, do you have a wife already? Because no man starts off with a concubine. You know what I mean? You have to have a wife. You have to know the difference between a wife and a concubine. A concubine is normally a woman who, she's a half wife. She's like a wife. She pretty much is a wife. Let's just put it out there. She pretty much is a wife, but she's not fully a wife. She's like a half wife. It could be a situation where she has a career, a certain job, and it takes up all her time. She can have her own place somewhere else. She's making her own money. Whatever the situation is, she pretty much is taking care of herself. But she need a man. She need a companion. She's missing something in her world. That's where you come in. Likewise with you, you may have the need of companionship. You may have the need of a woman to cook for you, to encourage you, just someone to talk to. There's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to a concubine. A concubine can even bring forth babies. Because when you look at the Bible and you look at scripture, Jacob had 4 wives and 2 of his wives were concubines. And if you study the scriptures, 2 of his concubines brought forth more of his children than his wives. So a concubine serves a great purpose. A lot of times when women hear the term concubine, they think of just a woman you're having sex with. That's very, discouraging when a woman hear that, because it sounds like you're just using this woman for sex and you're just pretty much bouncing and leaving her. That's not what a concubine is. Solomon had concubines. David had concubines. Multiple men throughout the Bible had concubines, and they would be sister wives. They would serve the other wife and help with the children, help with the house. There's so many different facets to this. But again, in this culture that we live in, everything has been perverted. Everything is upside down. Feminism is ruling the world. Women feel that when they get into a relationship with a man, that they can lock him down and throw away the key and leave the brother in prison. I don't recommend that men go out there and pretty much try to just get with a woman to, okay, she's going to be my wife, but you're not building a family. It's like, I don't understand that. Like, let me look at what you said again. You said, can you have another wife without having children with her? Well, you said another, so maybe I read your question wrong. So what you're basically saying is that you have a wife. Is that what you're saying? You have a wife, and you want to know, can you have another wife without having children with her? If that's the case, then I would say yes. But it also depends on what her situation. If she's a young lady, then you would want to have children with a younger lady. If she's an older woman, then maybe it might not be in her best interest to have children. This is why you have to always look at what your situation is and communicate and talk about what's going on, because sometimes you might be a brother and you get with a woman who have children. She might be older, and it's not in her best interest to have children. I think that women should have children in their early 20s. Within their 20s, I think women should have the bulk of all their children. But again, we live in the thought culture. We live in the hookup culture, where women typically give the best years of their lives away to the worst possible men in their 20s and in their teens. And then by the time they hit 30, they destroy their life. They got like 2-3 kids. They don't know where the baby father is. They're discouraged, broken. And then now they hit 40, 45, 50. Now they want a good man to come in and clean up the mess that she made. This is typical of what we're going to see in today's day. This is typical of what you see all throughout the world. And it's sad, because as men, we shouldn't have to put up with all of that mess. A woman should be able to come to a man and know what her purpose is. But unfortunately, when they get into relationships today, they really don't know or have the guidance on how to be wives. So again, brothers, we have the choice as men to have more than one wife. But the problem is, women don't understand that as men, our nature is not monogamous. You have to set that bar. Now, you might meet a woman. She might be beautiful. She might be attractive. Don't lie. Don't come across as, yeah, baby, I'm monogamous. Because, sometimes women, they test you. They be like, so you got a lady? And because you brothers are thirsty because you want some WAP, you'll tell the sister, oh, I'm single. First of all, if you single, she shouldn't even be messing with you. Ladies, if you run into a man, see, this is the problem. If you run into a man and he's single, that should let you know that you're not even supposed to be talking to him. Let that make sense to you. Let it comprehend in your mind. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what's going on. Don't let monogamy come in, because what's happening here is this. If a man is single and he have no female around him, no woman is checking for him, no woman is hunting him down, no woman is trying to get with him, that's an indication that brother don't got nothing going on with himself. He don't got nothing that's worth anything. He's not tried and tested. He haven't been proven yet. He's now starting to learn how to be a man. This is why I teach brothers that you need to be interacting with women and stop playing this game about you're single. You're not single, bro. You need to go out there and interact with women so you gain some experience. Because a lady should not be even talking to a man that don't have a woman. A man is supposed to have experience. A man is supposed to have a wealth of wisdom on how to even deal with women, deal with their emotions, how to manage. You're supposed to have these particular skills as a man. If you don't know how to multitask, if you don't know how to deal with the personalities of different women, if you don't know how to comfort a female, if you don't know how to talk to a female, you can't talk to a woman the way you talk to a man. When you're talking to your boys and y'all talking, that's one thing. When you're talking to a woman, you have to go to another dimension so that you can get into her emotions. That's how women will pretty much connect with you. You got to get into the emotions and really start to connect with her. You know what I mean? So it's very important as men that when you get into a relationship or even communicating with a woman, that you let her know straight up from the beginning, I'm not monogamous. That's not what I do, right? And you explain to her, not in an arrogant way, not in a way that's shocking to her. Break it down, make it make sense to her. Make her understand why she's needed. Because a lot of times a woman, she'll get with you and whatnot. She want to kick it with you, whatever. And once you say, you practice polygyny, she might be like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I don't know about that. Because, I don't want no trouble. And, what I mean? I want you for myself. And you got to make her understand, like, look, if you're interested, right, you got to go with your spirit and go with your heart. Because what you brothers have to understand is that women actually choose you. As much as you might be interested in a woman, you ain't getting her if she don't choose you. That's just the way it works. Women are the ones who choose us. We might want to get with a woman or may even want to be intimate with a woman. But if the woman didn't choose you, it's not going to go down. That's just the way it is in this world. Any woman you get with that give you an opportunity, she's giving you that. What's sad is that most women give the wrong men these opportunities. And this is what destroys their whole life. And they end up having babies. And then when they have these babies, a lot of times it causes problems with any new future relationships, because a lot of men today, they pretty much against women that have children. A lot of men on social media, they preach against women that have children. They tell brothers you need to avoid them, leave them alone. But what I find interesting is that a lot of brothers who may even be in the chat, a lot of you brothers don't mind on the low key, in the back in the booth in the dark. You don't mind talking to sisters that, have children. But when you're on social media, you try to come across as if though you don't interact with women that have children. It seemed like most women that I talk to, they either have children or they hide in their children. Because we live in a culture where women, listen, all you got to do is just ask a woman her age. A woman says, oh, I'm 28. Once she says she's 28, chances are she have a child already. You know what I mean? So it's something you should expect, almost. You know what I mean? This is where we live at. And if you want a woman that have no children, good luck with that. Because the reason why I say good luck with that is not that you can't find a woman with no children, because surely you can. The point is, most women that have no children is still going through a phase. You would consider this particular phase called the hoe phase, where a woman is out there experimenting, testing the waters, seeing what's out there. She's having sex, but she's also having abortions. That's another thing. And it appears as though she's single, have no kids, but you don't know how many times she got pregnant. And she went and took the morning after pill, got an abortion, and it's a lot of mess. And now if you get with her and you want to have children yourself, she may not be able to have children. Now what? Now you're in trouble. What's the problem is, you might love her, you might appreciate her, but she can't have babies, bro. What are you to do? You need another woman. But now she ain't gonna want you to have another woman, because she believed that you're supposed to love her and only her under monogamy. Again, most women are extremely selfish. They don't understand that if they can't produce children, all right, then there's a need for another woman. I mean, what man is going to stay there and not have no children because you're barren? It makes no sense. It don't make no sense that I suffer because of the decisions you made on having abortions that destroyed your womb.
you know? So going out and finding another woman is very important. Now, some women would even go as far to tell you, brothers, rather than going and find another woman, you should just adopt and get another child from some other person. First of all, a man wants his own children. This is something that women must understand, is that a man wants his own child. That's the whole purpose of a man getting with a woman, is to procreate. This is what men should be doing. But in this culture, it's pretty difficult to find women that are eligible, have the right mindset, that can be wifed up and pretty much mate with to bring forth children in their younger years. Because in those years, most young ladies are not trying to settle down. They just want to go out there and be a thought. That's just the truth. I mean, you could take it or leave it. It is what it is. That's the culture we live in right now. And it's even worse with the younger. The younger would be the better option, but at the end of the day, younger women are more set in a mindset of vanity. They waste a lot of time. They're testing the waters with different men. It's really a mess. So a balance for most of you brothers would be women between the ages of probably like 27 and up, because most of the younger women, they're mentally not even there. They might look good, but if you understand the song, the girls look so good, but their brain is not ready. Oh no. See, this is the problem that we have, because we want the younger, which is a good thing, but their brain, if they don't have the home training on how to be a wife, how to be submissive, how to have all these different traits, you're not gonna be able to coexist or even deal with a woman like that. So it would be best for you to focus on women that have the spirit that you're looking for. And this is why communication is very important as men, so that you can talk and find out what is going on with you and a woman, so you can build that chemistry. Communication is very important because you're actually having sex with the woman spiritually. Words are vessels that holds energy. And when you exchange words with a woman and you're in a close proximity with them, you're actually having a connection with them. This is why the face-to-face relationship is very important. Long distance relationships over a text or anything like that is really a waste of time. It's beneficial if you have a relationship already. You know, like let's say you have a wife and she's texting you, hey, I'm at the store. Could you, drive over? I have these bags I got to pick up. Okay, the text messaging sounds good because we're with each other already. But if I don't know you and we're trying to get to know each other, we really can't do that through text. It might feel good for the moment. You might get some feathers. It might be nice. But at the end of the day, you're never going to get to know somebody by just texting them all day or even talking to them on the phone, because it's not real. You need to be in front of the person. You know what I mean? So that you can feel them and look at them and look at their eye contact and look at their body language and even see how they feel about you. Because sometimes you could be talking to a woman and she could be very, very open to you. Like she's really, really enjoying you. And I think that as men, you have to practice the art of communicating with women. You have to practice that and really cultivate communicating. Stop trying to get in her pants. Communicate. Be transparent. Talk about you and her. Talk about your desires. Talk about what you like. Talk about what you want in a woman. And be open and upfront. And in each time you communicate with her, take the conversation deeper and deeper and open up more and talk more and open up more and explain what you like. Get into her. Let her get into you with words. Let those words penetrate her heart. Open up and speak your mind. Stop this guessing stuff. Stop playing games. Talk to the woman about what you like, what turns you on, what turns you off, what keeps you excited. Talk about it, because she might be that type of woman that know exactly how to make everything right for you. Why? Because every woman brings something different to the table. Some women have great sexual skills. Some women may have great cooking skills. Some women may be good conversationalists. Some women are good with domestic duties. They all bring something different. And you're not going to know this if you're not transparent and upfront in how you communicate. And this is very important because what you're trying to focus on is building relationships with women under polygyny. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have more than one wife. I need for everybody to understand that, because when I say polygyny, people think like I have 1,000 wives somewhere. Like I gotta be at work at 8 in the morning. I'm up all night. I'm still up, and I gotta be at work at 8. I'm not out in the street hunting women. I'm doing a live show right now. You know what I'm saying? So polygyny is not about you banging women all night. It's about you understanding the growth that must come as men when the need comes and arises to have more than one woman. But you must make a woman understand that you practice polygyny, and you must explain yourself in detail so that she know where she fit in. Because always remember this, brothers. When you get involved with a woman, and the reason why it's very important that you be transparent and talk, is the woman, regardless if she chooses you or not, she's entering your world. You must always understand that. She's entering your world. You are the man. You are the head. You must also make the woman understand this, that you are the head. And if she is interested in you, then there are certain standards you have. There's certain goals you have. And where does she fit into that world? Because a lot of times when women get into relationships with men, they already have their mindset and a laundry list of what they want him to do. And that is where the clash of power hit. And that's what causes relationships to fall apart. Because the woman, she comes in with the mindset of wanting to control the man rather than saying, what can I do as a woman to benefit you? I'm not saying that when you get with a woman, you're trying to get with her, but like, okay, baby, you know, I need a new car. Could you get me that? No, that's not what this is about. It's about what does she bring to the table, because you're the one who bring the table, brothers. Make no mistake about it. As men, we bring the table because we've been building the table our whole life. Most of us brothers, we've been learning how to be men over the years, and eventually we reached a level of maturity where we now are able to deal with women accordingly, in respect and honor, not taking advantage of women, not trying to pump and dump them. And you must make that very clear to women when you're talking to them. Like, look, I'm not here to pump and dump you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to literally get to know who you are. You know what I mean? I might have desires. I might be checking you out. You know, I'm still a man at the end of the day, but I'm not here to use you. You know what I mean? And you have to make that, you have to assure that to her. Make it very clear. Because even if you don't have more than one woman at the moment, she needs to understand that as a man, that's your nature. And if anything, in time, maybe she can find you another wife. I prefer that a woman actually go out there and present her husband with another wife or a concubine or a woman in whom she feel, based on what her experiences is and what you like and so forth, that she's able to know exactly what would be needed. Because, you know, a lot of times women get bad vibes with certain women. So if your woman has a good vibe with a certain sister, that's going to only benefit you in the long run. But we need more women to understand the nature of a man. So in this live show, what I want to do is I want to go into some information that was sent to me by, I think it was, Said? I think it was Said. I think he was in the chat. He sent me a video on IG of a black woman that pretty much was going in on the women in regards to monogamy. And it was very, very interesting. And I want to take a look at that so that we can pretty much learn from what this sister what she had to say. And this is coming from a black woman. You understand? So I want everybody to pretty much pay attention and gain the understanding of what's going on here. And I'm going to pretty much talk more about this. So let me see if I can set this up and make sure that like put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the volume of the woman when I play the audio, if you can hear it good. So I'm gonna play it right now. So let's get into this.
No self. So how you gonna know a nigga? How you gonna know what you want? A lot of y'all don't even understand what it takes to be in a monogamous relationship. Like, y'all don't even understand. Y'all be wanting to lock a nigga in so bad, you don't really understand what it actually takes to be in a relationship where you're asking another person to solely focus on you for their intimacy, to solely focus on you for their companionship, to solely focus on you for partnership in finances and in life and in bill paying and in goal setting. Like, you ain't even whole enough to be a nigga everything. And when I be saying that, y'all bitches get on my videos and y'all get offended. Like I'm always taking up for the niggas. But women be the main ones pushing for monogamy. And then when a bitch get in a relationship, you don't understand, by asking this man to not fuck nobody else, by asking this man to not call nobody else, by asking this man to not look at another woman for none of his wants and needs as far as male to female, you are then saying, I'ma be whatever you need me to be, nigga, because I don't want, but y'all don't understand that.
What all of you brothers in the chat have to pay attention to is not trying to judge this woman by saying she's coming across masculine and all this other nonsense. You brothers have to learn how to listen. And again, this is the problem with men, is that we don't pay attention when truth is being shared. This woman, regardless of how you may feel, she been through life. And she's experienced a lot to the point where she recognized something. She found the truth. And she's trying to make it known to women to make them understand exactly what they're asking for when they ask a man to be monogamous. You're going to learn from her, and you're going to learn a whole lot that could possibly help you deal with sisters to help them understand your nature is not to be monogamous. Now, it's very important that you listen and not judge her and criticize her, because that's not what this is about. I'm not here to say, oh, she comes across masculine. I don't really even hear the masculine stuff that you're pretty much presenting. She just sounds like a hood chick. I mean, if anybody is from the hood, you know, a lot of women tend to sound just like this. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean she's masculine. You know, I'm pretty sure that if you were to see her in the street by herself and, you know, she's looking good, you would holler, even if she sound like that. See, a lot of brothers, they be fronting, but the truth is she's just being like, you know, Tyra said, she's passionate. She's passionate about what she believes, and she's trying to express herself. So pay very close attention to what she's saying, because this is very important. So I'm going to rewind it back a little bit and play it again. Listen.
Takes to be in a relationship where you're asking another person to solely focus on you for their intimacy, to solely focus on you for their companionship, to solely focus on you for partnership in finances and in life and in bill paying and in goal setting. Like, you ain't even whole enough to be a nigga everything. And when I be saying that, y'all bitches get on my videos and y'all get offended. Like I'm always taking up for the niggas. But women be the main ones pushing for monogamy. And then when a bitch get in a relationship, you don't understand, by asking this man to not fuck nobody else, by asking this man to not call nobody else, by asking this man to not look at another woman for none of his wants and needs as far as male to female, you are then saying, I'ma be whatever you need me to be, nigga.
Do you see what she just said? See, ladies, when you are pushing monogamy on a man, what you're essentially saying is that you are going to take the mantle up to be everything that man want to be. Now, she's going to explain a whole lot very shortly, but I'm going to go ahead of time and I'm going to begin to talk about it so you can hear me first, so you could get mad, right? And then I want you to listen to her so that she can humble you down. Because it seems like when you hear things from a woman, you'll humble yourself. But when you hear it from me, you get mad. As a woman, let me just be brief and straight to the point. When you tell a man that you want him to be exclusive just to you and only you, right? What you're essentially saying is that if that man want head, like right now, you're going to provide that for him right now, like right now, not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient to you. You're going to do this right now, right? If he wants some pussy right now, you should be able to provide that immediately, without question, without debate, without making him feel like he's interfering with your peace. You should be able to do that as a woman. You should be able to provide him oral at least 5 times a day, because see, the sex drive of a man, most of you sisters won't even be able to handle by yourself. And what the lady is trying to point out is something that's very, very serious. A lot of times in relationships, you'll have men who have wives, right? Or they have a wife, but they still practice masturbation. Now you have to ask yourself this question. How is it that a man can have a wife, right? And even though he's having sex with his woman, he still masturbates to pornography. That right there should let you know that whatever sexual relationship he have with his woman, it's not enough. The man is not fulfilled, and he's taking it out on finding other avenues by which he can fulfill himself. And this is very, very sad, because you would think that a woman who is a wife would be there taking care of her man. But most women don't think like that. They think that once they got with their man and had sex, that he's good for the week. You have some women like that. They don't have sex with their man probably once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's crazy out here. You know what I mean? So it's very important for people to understand this. Shout out to the Rollo Show for the super chat. He said, Ringo bringing out that observations. Shalom. Peace, bro. It's very important that we as men listen to what this woman is saying, because it's very clear she probably had a couple of relationships, been around the block, made a lot of bad mistakes, but she recognized that, yo, if I'm with a man, I'm not trying to hold this man down in no monogamy, because I recognize that he's gonna go find another woman. Now, again, brothers, I want you brothers to be the type that when you deal with women honestly, not just trying to use game and, get them in bed and bounce, but be honest with a woman. You meet a woman, you know what I'm saying? Take care of her, you know what I mean? Fulfill her emotional needs, fulfill her, help her overcome the insecurities, you know what I mean? Be there. Make her feel your energy, make her feel your company. Establish that bond with her so that there's a relationship between you and her, an understanding between you and her that is a respectful relationship, that even though she might have had issues with other guys, she may have had an attitude issues, but when she's around you, her attitude disappear because she respects you. She respects you, and when she's around you, she know that you're a man. She recognize you're not the typical Negro who's just running game, So what this sister is basically saying is that as a woman, if you're trying to trap a man in monogamy, you have a lot of work to do. Sisters, how often are you going to have sex with your man in one day? Now, if you have a man with a slow sex drive that's very low, you might not have to do anything. But if you got a man with a very high sex drive, you're going to have a lot of problems, because, men have a lot of testosterone. And I don't know if you can handle all of that. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of you sisters, you're in relationships right now with your man. He'll have sex with you, right? He'll do his thing, right? He'll climax. And then for some of you sisters, you want to stop right there. You figure, okay, you good. No, he's not good. Sometimes he got to go round 2, round 3, and round 4. A lot of guys have a whole lot of desires. Ladies, men have some very, very interesting desires sexually. We're not even talking about the entire multifacets of a woman that men desire and, pretty much need of them. But if we're just going to focus on the sexual, a man's sexual appetites are so deep that if he was to open up to you and talk about all the things that he like and want to do to you, you would probably just want to leave him, because you're going to be like, look, I ain't doing all of that. And he's like, look, well, if you're not going to do it, Stacy down the block would. And this is what you sisters don't understand. Stacy down the block don't mind swallowing that brother every damn night. And this is something that you sisters, you don't get. See, I got to give it to you raw and uncut. You got to hear this straight up and down. Some of you sisters, you get to the point where you're in a relationship with a man, you don't even want to get his brother head. You don't even want to practice to become perfect at it. This brother getting mediocre head from you. Stacy down the block? Stacy down the block deep throat. She got this brother feeling good. She got this brother feeling like a man. Every time he go over there, he's like, my goodness, man. I just like being around you. You oh my goodness. This brother is excited when he's around her. But you got a problem with the things that I'm saying because you think that he's supposed to just be with you. No. Are you willing to go the extra mile? Your man may want to flip you over and do some wild stuff with you, but you're not freaky like that. Whereas the sister right here, oh, she's willing, she's down with it. She's ready to go. She loves experimenting. She loves being freaky and nasty. She loves that. But you're conservative. You're all conservative in the bedroom, and he's bored with you. Like he's bored. You don't know how to, you are not adventurous. And a lot of women, that's how you are. When it comes to sex, you're not spontaneous. You don't know how to explore. You don't know how to reenact things. You don't know how to role play. You don't know how to do nothing. You don't know nothing about foreplay. It's just bad. But the brother, when he go over there by Lisa, Lisa's smelling good. Lisa don't play that mess. She ain't like you. See, a lot of times, ladies, I'm trying to help you. A lot of times you have a man, you in the house with his brother all day. You don't dress sexy around the house. Okay, you might have kids, but you got to know how to put on something that is sexy to your man, but to your children, they don't know what's going on. Most of you ladies, you know what I'm talking about. You got to know how to smell good. Some of you sisters, you around a man, you ain't decking yourself out. You got to make sure you on point. You around a man. You can't be playing games. Listen, ladies. You trying to push monogamy on this man, but yet you ain't everything that he need. You supposed to be clean 24 hours a day as a woman. You supposed to be clean. You supposed to be 100% clean at all times as a woman. That's something you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be 100%. Your personal hygiene supposed to be on point. Why? Because you never know what may go down. Men are very spontaneous. Men like to do things, some nasty things, right on the drop of the dime. But the thing is, some of you ladies, you got so damn boring that he's not excited when he's around you. But when he get around another woman, oh, he's ready to go. And sometimes those women have that same energy just like him. They're ready to go. So the need is very mutual. So now he's being fulfilled there. Sometimes you might have a brother, he's not getting no home cooked meals from his own woman. You come home from a hard day's work, your woman don't cook for you. She don't keep the house clean. Ladies, always make sure your house is clean. Never let a man come over your house and your house is not on point. At least make sure it smells good. If there's anything, make sure your house smells good. Make sure you are very feminine. Make sure you look presentable. Make sure you're on point. This is why, like me personally, when I judge women, I judge them by their hands. I judge them by their feet because I like women that have pretty feet. I love that. But I judge a woman by her hands. Does she have a manicure? Is her nails on point? Because if her nails is not done, then I know her feet is not done. There's certain things you just know through experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a woman is not taking care of this, then I know she's not taking care of that. And that becomes a problem because it's like, what else she's not taking care of? You begin to question things. So as a man, you want to have women that have all the desires and all the things you want and all the things you crave and all the things you need. But when a woman is trying to trap you in monogamy, does she have all of that? Not at all. And that's what the sister is explaining. Let's listen to some more, and then I'm going to begin to speak again. Let's go.
I don't want, but y'all don't understand that. Y'all just think that's how it's supposed to be because that's what the media and the movies and your man and them taught you. That, like, that's what y'all think. Y'all, like, truth be told, if up front a bitch told you, these are all the things you're going to have to do, girl, in order to lock this nigga in like you want to, half of y'all wouldn't even want the nigga after that. But you never sit down to actually really consider, what does it take to be fucking Ray Ray's girlfriend? What does it take to be Michael's wife? Like, what type of demons do this nigga really got? What type of sex drive do he really got if he left every other bitch alone and only fucks with me?
I want to pause right there. She talked about how many demons he have. Now, she should have elaborated more, because a lot of times you might have a man he's psycho and he have a lot of bad energy, but then she threw in his sex drive. That's what she's going to go into right now. And she also talked about how if a woman was to tell you, average sisters, not necessarily average meaning that you're average, but I'm just speaking in sense that the average woman, if we were to talk to you, if a woman was to tell you, here's a laundry list of things you would have to do on a day-to-day basis to keep that man in that house all day. Half of you sisters, matter of fact, 99.9% of you women would just want to leave the man alone. Why? Because when you realize how much work you would have to do just to keep that man focused on you, it would drive you crazy. And this is why monogamy is such a dangerous thing for a man. And it's a dangerous thing for women who push it on a man, because what's going to happen is he's going to end up fooling around with another woman on the side. Then your heart going to get broken. Now you're going to have trust issues with men when it's really not men. It's not the problem. Men are not the problem. The problem is women want to push the monogamy on men. Now, again, ladies, the content that I'm sharing here is for men that are disciplined, men that are righteous, men that have integrity, good character. The Pookies, the Ray Rays, I'm not talking about those guys. The pump and dump brothers, I'm not talking about them. The whoremonger males who are abusing women, I'm not talking about those guys. I'm dealing with men of integrity who deal with women accordingly. As a man, I love black women. I love women in general. And I believe that as a man, there's a certain level of respect you must have for females in terms of when you communicate to them, because they're very easy to hurt. Their emotions can be shattered instantly. They'll connect with you, they'll vibe with you, but if you manipulate them to get what you want, and then you break their spirit, they're broken now. Now they're broken. And now when they get with another man, that next man is going to be paying for all of the stuff that you put her through. So now she's going to be putting you through the ringer, throwing you under the bus. And you're going to be like, look, lady, you see that I'm interested in you. Why are you giving me such a hard time? Like, I didn't even do nothing to you. She's taking out her frustration on you that pretty much another guy did to her. That's what's happening. So let's listen to more of what this lady have to say.
What type of things will he want out of me?
Listen, what type of things would you want out of me? That's what she's basically saying. In other words, if you're a woman and you want a man to be locked in monogamy, what are you going to do to keep this man focused on you? And I talk to women about these type of things. Like, are you going to be the freak of the week? Are you going to become your man's personal whore? Now, ladies, make sure you hear me very carefully with what I said, because this goes deep. I'm going to have to do a video about this stuff, because a lot of ladies, you haven't really gone to the depths of what sex is really about. You haven't delved into the mysteries of sex. You think sex is just you hooking up with a guy, he hit it, and he bounced. Ladies, you have not even experienced sex yet. I'm going to keep it a buck. Most of you women haven't even had orgasms yet. Some of you don't. You haven't even had a man give you the work of God yet. When you are really with a man that understands sex and understands pleasure and understands what comes to the table and what he's supposed to do to a woman, right? You're gonna go out of your mind. You're literally gonna be in love with this guy, because the things he's gonna be doing to you and the way he's gonna be making you feel, you're gonna be like, why the hell did I waste my whole damn life with all these different guys? Because he understands that sex is not just about you pulling out your rod and penetrating a woman. Sex starts when you communicate with a woman. When you talk to a woman and you just communicate and you're having sex with her, you're in her mind. You're doing a lot of stuff to her. And then when you get to the stage where her emotions are so filled with your words and your energy. Now she's overwhelmed with you. Now she desires you. Now she's dreaming about you. Now she wants you. Now she's craving you. Now, while you're not even in her presence, she's thinking about you. That is where you brothers want a woman to be. But that can never happen if you are not communicating. It takes a lot of communication. And once you build that energy up, the minute you have sexual relations with her, that once you connect with her, the slightest touch on her body can cause her to have an orgasm. Why? Because it's electrifying. What I'm talking about here is when you build up that energy. Have you ever been in a situation, brothers, where it was a particular woman, you've been desiring her for a long time, man? You've been literally craving this woman, and by the time you got with her, it was so exciting because it's like, man, you really crave this woman. But the thing is, we want a mutual connection. We don't just want you desiring her. We want her to desire you. And a lot of times, brothers, you're too quick to just get in the woman and get out. You got to remember, women, they work with emotions and words. You have to connect with them through words. You got to stimulate her mind. Once you stimulate her mind, you're literally giving her orgasm already. You're literally foreplaying with her already. You're literally marinating her vagina already. You're working on her. She might not even know what's going on, but you're literally penetrating her mind with your words. No different than you penetrating her vagina. It's the same exact thing. You're penetrating her thoughts with your words, and you're getting in there. And the point that I'm trying to make is that when you do this as men, you're literally ridding her from the demons that she may be carrying. A lot of brothers, you may not understand this, but when you get with certain women, they may be carrying the demons of other men, spirits of other men. Remember, I taught y'all about the kill sperm and how when a righteous man connects with a woman who may have been damaged or hurt in the past and been through a lot of trauma, abuse, neglect, molestation, rape, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of women who may be watching my show right now who may have been raped. A lot of you brothers, you may not understand this, but that's a very traumatic experience for women. Very, very traumatic. They could be broken for life because of that one encounter of a man that did that to them. So when you get with her, she's coming to the table with demons. So she might be interested in you. She might be pretty. She might be fine. But you have to rid her spirit of all of that mess. So it's going to take a lot from you in communicating with her. So it's very important that you brothers do that. But again, to get back on the case with the sister here, she want all of you sisters to understand, what are you going to do to keep this man locked in monogamy? And I'm using the example of sex because that is what we mostly dwell on. Are you willing to flip around on your back and have your man stand in front of you and put his rod down your throat from the front? Are you willing to do some wild, freaky shit to make this man really get excited? Because a lot of you sisters, you don't understand this. You think that a man just wants some basic head. No, a man wants you to really get it in. Just like if a man is performing any sort of oral sex on you, you would expect him to do a good job, right? And a lot of sisters boast in being great at this and great at that, but really they don't know nothing. This is why you got to get trained. This is why I teach that as a man, you got to train a woman. You got to train her on the dick. You got to train her. A lot of women, just because a woman is older doesn't necessarily mean she know how to give you head. You know what I'm saying? You got to train her. You got to tell her, look, this is how you do it. This is how I like it. I don't want to feel your teeth. I don't want to do, don't cut me up. You got to show her. You got to lead her on and help her out. You know what I mean? Same thing with anything that's regarding sex. You got to guide the woman. You got to let her know, look, lady, I like it like this. Bend your back low. Make your ass pop up. You know what I'm saying? Do it this way. Stop doing it that way because you're limiting the amount of room that I have to get in you. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk. You got to make her understand, like, look, this is how it's going to work. I mean, I might have to do a whole damn live show about this, but the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to keep the live stream on YouTube. This stream here, I'll keep it on YouTube. But most of my other talks, my real talk, I might have to put that on my Patreon page. But what are you willing to do as a woman to do that? You know what I mean? It's very, very important. See, a lot of times people think sex is some evil thing. sex between a man and a woman is very, very good. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very good. And it's something that people just don't explore. And this is why a lot of relationships are destroyed, because 99% of women probably don't even get orgasms. Brothers, the majority of women today don't even get orgasms. I'm keeping it a buck with you. A lot of you brothers who think you're mandingo because you just, got with a sister and bust a nut and you figure, well, you know what I'm saying, I got it in, you know what I'm saying, I broke her back. Bro, you didn't do nothing to her. She's upset. You ain't make her orgasm in years. But she's with you because she loved you and she don't want to hurt your feelings. But the thing is, if a woman was really honest with you guys when it comes to your sexual performance, a lot of you would get a bad grade because you don't know how to explore a woman's body. You don't realize that every part of a woman's body is designed to excite you. And when you're not going the extra mile to give a woman the work of God, then she's not going to be pleased. Just penetrating vagina is not the only thing that pleases a woman. There's many things to do. A woman's body is an amusement park. I don't know why men are afraid to boldly go where no man has gone before. I don't understand this. And I taught on this type of stuff in other videos, and most of the brothers was condemning me because they hate the fact that I'm putting them on Front Street, and their woman is looking at me like, man, my man don't do this, my man don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And they're frustrated. You know what I'm saying? They're frustrated about that thing. But now, in a situation of monogamy with a woman, what is she willing to do to keep you, bro? What is she willing to do to keep you under monogamy? Okay, you don't want me with no other woman? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing for me, woman? What are you doing to keep me focused on you? I mean, damn, I got all these women on IG hitting me up. I see women at work every day. What are you doing for me that's keeping me only focused on you? Like, damn, what are you doing? Chances are she's not doing anything, but she's expecting you to have this great commitment. And it's not in your nature to do that. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get back into this. Let me set it up.
Y'all be want a nigga that's rich and a freak and got a great personality, but it's low key, don't talk to nobody, but is a people person, but it's like y'all want all this shit. And girl, if you actually had to entertain that nigga non-stop by yourself, bitch, you be a circus monkey. The way you would have to suck dick on Tuesday, swing from the ceiling fan on Thursday, be a fucking stripper on Friday, cause the nigga like pole dancing on the weekends. Like the way you'd have to cook on Sunday, turn around on Monday, and like y'all don't even know the half.
Now, notice what she said. Like, when you're with a man and you want to trap him in monogamy, you're going to be swinging on poles on Wednesday. You're going to be his stripper on Monday. You're going to be sucking dick on Tuesday, the whole day. Like, you got to do this the whole day. See, a lot of women, they really not up to the task because they think that sex is not really that important, when really you cannot fulfill a man's sexual appetites by yourself. You can't. There might be certain things you do for him that another woman don't do. That is very important. There are certain things that a woman may do for you that another woman may not be doing for you. This is where a man having more than one wife or more than one woman comes into play. It's very important because some women just don't do certain things. And as a brother, you shouldn't deprive yourself in a situation. Imagine being in a relationship where a woman don't want to give you head, or a woman only want to do missionary position during sex all the time. Imagine that. It's crazy. It don't even make no sense. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of being in a relationship like that where your woman is not pretty much taking care of you? It don't make no damn sense. It's like you're struggling and putting yourself through so much heartache and pain because your woman is not going the extra mile to take care of you. This is why you need another woman. You know what I mean? You need another woman not only for sexual fulfillment, but also for companionship. Sometimes your woman that you're currently with may not have the time to be that companion for you, or to have deep conversations about this and that. Sometimes you may have better conversations with another woman, because it's totally different. Y'all could talk about different things. It doesn't mean the woman you're with is bad. It just means that it allows you to open up new dimensions of desires that you always wanted to express. Your woman may not be into video games. This woman right here might be heavily into video games. That when you talk to her, she's talking your language. And you're like, wow, my goodness, you're into video games? Yeah, I just bought me a PlayStation 5. Oh my goodness, wow, man, cool. So you play such and such game? Yeah, I play that. Hey, maybe we can hang out on Friday and we could play this game. Now, to you brothers in the chat, y'all might be like, listen, man, ain't into no damn games. Well, that's because you brothers don't know how to interact with a woman. Sometimes you might meet a woman that's into games. She might be into movies. She might be into music. And because y'all have that certain vibe, you clash. Everything is good. You know, I might run into a sister that she's into producing music. She might know how to sing. I'm like, wow, you know how to do that too? Wow, let's hook up. Let's work on a song together. And because we have such strong chemistry, we can make love songs and it'll be dynamic. You know what I mean? Because we connecting. So as a man, you have to begin to open up and recognize that you are not monogamous. You know, you're not. So stop depriving yourself. You know what I mean? Stop that nonsense and don't let a woman put you in that box. Because again, women don't want men that are single. Women want men that they know women want. Sounds weird, right? But women are typically more attracted to you when they know you have a woman. Why? Because if you have a woman, that means you got something going on. That means you definitely got something going on. That means you definitely have been tried and tested. That means that you're a long-term brother who's they know is going to be most likely committed to being with them. And now me being committed to a woman doesn't necessarily mean that I'm monogamous. It means that I am committed to being with her. So if I'm a woman's man, right, then that means that I am committed to being with her. It doesn't mean that I am monogamous. It means that I'm there for her. You understand the difference? Because a lot of times when we hear the word of, oh, you cheated on me, you're not committed. No, I never cheated on you. I practice polygyny. I am committed to you because I am there for you. I talk to you. I communicate with you. I'm being with you, but I have another woman here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing no wrong. I'm not breaking no rules. I'm being a man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, women, you must understand that polygyny is about building family. It's about building wealth. It's about you as a man having your needs met, because the Most High created women to be a helpmate for you, a helper for you. So having more than one woman is supposed to help you as a man. It's supposed to help you reach your goals. It's supposed to help you in your potential. You know what I'm saying? I know a brother, he was having a lot of trouble with black women. He went and got a white woman, a snow bunny, right? Today, this brother's very successful. Why? The woman that he got with wasn't tolerating that Pookie and Ray Ray sitting on the corner not doing nothing with your life spirit. No, she helped this brother, not in terms of giving him money to buy a car and doing stupid stuff. She was the type of woman she had connections. She knew people. And because he was very skilled at what he did, she pretty much was like someone who talked to this person like, hey, I know somebody that do this. I know them that. And it opened up a door for him where he was able to present his art and his craft. Now the brother is making money and the woman is still with him because why? She's benefiting from what she done in terms of helping him. And now through her helping him, he's now successful. He's able to provide for her and their children. They live in a nice house. They live in the suburbs and they're doing real good. Why? Because he had a woman that saw the vision in him and decided to be a helpmate to him. You understand? Now, I'm not saying that he practiced polygyny. I don't know his position. But what I'm trying to say is that this woman wasn't just there because she was trying to get a free ride, trying to get money from him. No, she saw the potential in that man and she saw his greatness and decided, I'm going to be with him to be a helper. You understand? And because of that, that brother's very successful today. And this is what men need. This is what men need today. It's very, very important. Let me see what's going on in this chat. Oh, they wasting their time arguing. Waste of time, man. It's too early for that nonsense, man. Brothers need to pay attention to the show and learn something. Let's go back into this thing here. Let's listen to more of what she said.
And y'all be so quick to want a nigga to just lock in on you. Do you even have enough going on for you to be a person everything? Y'all be on some of these one-on-ones. Y'all don't even really be knowing these niggas to want to be locked in 100%. Then when y'all get in relationships, you want to feel some type of way because the nigga is requiring odd things of you. Bitch, you should have that before you was running around here hollering, leave them other hoes alone. You supposed to be with me. Stop texting her. Stop. Y'all don't be knowing the half. When I say stuff like this, y'all get real offended. But this is nothing but cold, hard facts that your mammy didn't teach you. The shit is very deep.
Yeah.
Y'all be wanting monogamy and shit. You want to be a person's soul focus. That's what y'all be wanting. Like, tell the truth. Y'all want these niggas to only worry about y'all. But do you have enough to even interest a nigga that long? Half of y'all don't even have nothing going on but the nigga.
Yep. That's
it.
That's
Outside of being John baby mama and you work at the motherfucking hospital down there as a nurse, you ain't got nothing else outside of that. It's nothing else going on.
Wow.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Nothing. You don't got no great goals, no great aspirations. You don't got a lot of data to teach a nigga. You don't go self-educate in your spare time because you're so busy trying to make sure the nigga stay focused on you. But that's like a bitch trying to make you watch a movie that it ain't even that interesting. Just turn it on and look at it. Bitch looking on. Look at the movie. Bitch looking on. But bitch, this shit is boring. It's nothing going on. It ain't helping a nigga get a bag. It don't really satisfy my sex drive like that all the way around. It's not doing that for me and my children. Why do I gotta keep looking at this? Y'all never consider this shit.
All of y'all anyone calling this woman disgraceful or trying to insult this woman is very wise. This woman is very knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? She's at a point right now with her mindset. She has a better mindset than the majority of women that I pretty much meet and talk to. And that's a fact. You know, like if anybody know who she is or what's her name, her IG or whatever, video of what she was talking about, because the video is very short. It's like about 8 minutes or something like that. I need the full video on what's going on because she literally pretty much won. Regardless of the ratchetness, regardless of all of the hood chick mentality, whatever the case is, you don't know her personally to make those judgments. She might be a very, very pleasant lady to be around, and she might be the type of woman that knows how to please her man, cook for her man, and that brother would be in her house all day because she knows what to do. A lot of you sisters need to pay attention because she seemed to have her mind right and understand that a man, you can't trap a man in monogamy because you're not going to be able to tame him. You're not going to be able to fulfill him. It's just not going to work. She recognized that her vagina is not the only vagina he need. Her mouth is not the only mouth he need. I'm keeping it raw with you sisters. Her hands is not the only hands that he need. Her feet is not the only feet that he needs. Her body, her ass, all of that is not the only thing he need. He need that from another woman. And once you're a woman and you understand this, and you understand that a man is not pretty much fulfilled with just you, then you'll learn how to accept him as a man and stop trying to control his manhood, thinking that, well, if I could just give him head, he's going to only love me. No, he's not. No, he's not. He may appreciate you. He may like you. He may really appreciate the way you do things. But don't think because you gave him some sex that somehow you got him trapped under monogamy. He going to be with you for the rest of your life and never talk to no other lady. Sisters, a man is supposed to be a man. I teach men to respect women, wife up sisters, make concubines, build families, have an understanding with women, build relationships, respectfully, do things the right way. I'm not with those pump and dump brothers. I'm not with the smash and dash. It's very disgraceful. I got daughters. I would not be that type of guy of pumping and dumping sisters. That's wrong. It's bad energy, bad karma. It'll come back and bite you. You know what I'm saying? I would not want some dude getting with one of my daughters, pump and dump them and leave them pregnant and then send them back to me. Because that would be a problem, and I'll go out and I'll hunt you down and I'll deal with you accordingly for what you've done. But if that happened, that's because of the seeds that I planted. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you are treating women right and doing what you're supposed to do as a man, especially as a leader, so that women can respect you. Because women are supposed to be in their feminine role. The reason why a lot of women act masculine is because they never had a man to tame them and make them understand their feminine energy. That, lady, look, I don't need you to be strong. I need you to be feminine. I need you to have that energy. That's what I need. I need the feminine energy, not that masculine stuff. Once I hear that masculine spirit, you know, I'm turned off immediately because it's like you're competing with me. And that's a problem. We don't want that. Let's go.
This is why I be preaching work on self. This is why I be saying go work on you. So then you don't have to demand a bitch's attention. You don't have to demand that a nigga pay you some mind. You don't have to demand that a dude like uphold these responsibilities in a monogamous relationship. He will do it because the movie is interesting, because the bitch match what he want. This be too deep for y'all. Y'all don't never want to have conversations like this. When I be talking to y'all on one-on-ones, all y'all be trying to figure out is like how to make a nigga do what y'all want them to do. You never actually consider that it's not enough. And
You see what she just said? A lot of you sisters, it seems like when you get with a man, especially when you first meet him, you trying to hook him into monogamy to do what you want. Have you ever considered that maybe it's just not enough? Maybe everything you're bringing is just not enough. It's not that he's cheating on you. And again, I'm talking about righteous, good men, quality brothers. Those Pookies and Ray Rays that you sisters didn't dealt with in your past, that's your personal business. I have nothing to do with those guys. You understand? You made those decisions to lay up with whoever you did with. They did you dirty. That doesn't mean we all dirty out here. You know what I mean? This is why I communicate. This is why I have a different approach on how I deal with women, so that pretty much the focus is not sex. The focus is getting to know her. The focus is for her to get to know me, and so that we can pretty much bond, communicate. That's very important, because whatever happens after that was going to happen. But at least it was done the right way and not out of thirst. Like most brothers, when they meet a woman, you're just thirsty trying to get in her pants. And let's not forget, some sisters are thirsty too. Some sisters will want to get with you just because they want you to pretty much hit them up. At those type of situations, brothers, that's the best time for you to show a sister that you're a man. Sometimes you may meet a woman. Brothers, I hope you're paying attention. Sometimes you'll meet a woman and she want you to fuck her. That's all she want. That's all she want, bro. She see you, she's turned on, she want you to fuck her. That's what she want. She ain't even want a relationship. She just want you to fuck her. Literally. The door is wide open. She's ready. All you got to do is just go with the flow. At that moment, that's when you got to show her that you're a man. That's when you got to show her, like, look, I'm not really focused on getting with you just like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take my time, get to know you, sister, and you know, you don't have to go there. You know what I mean? I understand you like me and all, but let's really build. Let's get that chemistry going. Listen, I don't know if you brothers practice this. Communicating with women, to me, is very intimate. If you could just talk to a lady and just talk and look at her in her eyes when you're talking to her. Don't look off. Look in her eyes and talk. Get that energy. You're going to feel her spirit. You're going to feel her connecting with you. And there's a bonding effect, because a lot of these women are broken and they need to be healed. And if we out here doing them dirty all day, just pumping, dumping, yo, we're not helping nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to communicate. That's communion. Communicate. It's very important, man. Very, very important. Pastor Dow in the building. Shout out to Pastor Dow, man. What's going on, brother? Thanks for the super chat. He says, I support you, my brother. Keep telling the truth. Really appreciate that, Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow is one of the only pastors that I can call pastor. A man of integrity, a man with a community, a man who lived by standards, works with his hands. If any of you brothers want to know what it is like to be a man of good character, integrity, teaching the people truth, and literally multitasking with many hats, it's Pastor Dow. And I've been saying that for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Very, very long time. Appreciate that, brother, for his supporting the show, and being an example to all the other men within the social media spaces where they can follow. Because when I first seen Pastor Dow, my first thing that I seen was him building, doing construction and very impressive work. Because I have a background in carpentry, contractor work, like I can remodel kitchens and stuff like that. But when I saw him doing that work, that was the thing that hooked me to the channel. And then when I started listening, I realized, oh, he's a pastor. And I started listening more and more and more. And I was like, oh, okay. And everything started making sense. But what initially got me was the working with the hands and growing of food and all of that type of stuff. These are things that as men, we should all have. We should all have this. And it's very important for us to develop these type of skills, especially when dealing with women, because we don't want our women at a 9-to-5 working for some other man. We want to be doing everything to provide for our women, our wives. We want to provide for them. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I work all the time. I just work because my family is important to me. I don't know how long I'm going to be here on this earth. Most high willing, I see another day. But I don't know how long that's going to be. So I have to make sure that I'm doing my best as a man so I can provide so that my children are taken care of, so that at least they could say, you know what? My father was with me. I learned a lot from him, and they can move forward. As men, we got to cultivate what we're here for. It's not to pump and dump women. Our women are hurt out here. I'm seeing guys, they abusing our women. They making YouTube videos talking about get our women on a 3-date rule, and after you get with them, you pump them and dump them. And I'm like, yo, this is not cool. This is not cool. And now a lot of guys, they're upset with me because they're like, yo, why you have this type of way of teaching? You're messing it up for us brothers. You're telling women keep their legs closed. Yeah, I teach women keep your legs closed. I tell women that I meet, keep your legs closed. I'm not upset. I'm not offended. Because here's the thing, brothers. A lot of times you pressure women into sex. Before you even go that route with a woman, you got to know for a fact that you really want to be involved with this sister. What role does she play in your life? You got to establish that from the get-go. You got to establish all of these things so that you can really bond and build with her. First of all, a lot of women have a need of companionship. One of the greatest needs a woman have is companionship. Brothers, take the sex part and put it to the side. You'll get that if you follow what I'm saying. The greatest need that a woman have in a relationship is the emotional companionship that comes with being with a man. And a lot of times, us men are guilty of not providing that because we just want to have sex. That's all we want to do. Whereas women, they want to be spoken to. They want to be talked to. They want to be held. They love being held. You know what I'm saying? We're guilty of this. We're guilty of not doing it as much as needed. Now, granted, every woman have different needs. This is why when I teach on polygyny, a lot of times women be like, well, how will you be able to take care of all your women? They first thing they try to throw out there is financial issues. Like, how will you be able to take care of all your women? And this is coming from the women that are independent, that claim they don't need a man, but now all of a sudden now they want to know about finances, right? Which makes no sense. But what I do is I speak to them in the context of having multiple children. I have 4 daughters, right? I've told y'all this on different occasions that one of my daughters, she loved being hugged. She literally comes to me and say it's hug time. Once she says that, I drop everything that I'm doing. I could be in the middle of producing a song. I could be, doing something in the house. I got to stop. And I got to give her a hug. And I don't just go like this, hug, let go. No, I hug her, lift her up, shake her like this. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you're okay? Everything's all right? You okay? Daddy's here. You know what I'm saying? And then when I release her and she walk away, she's happy. She's energized. Why? That's a need that she have. So when you have more than one wife, each wife have a need. So when women say stuff like, well, how will you be able to take care of them emotionally and be there for them? Well, they all have different needs. All your children have different desires. There's a love language that you must display to all your wives. You can't love every wife you have or every woman you have the same. Just like you can't love every child the same, because all of them require something different. You understand? This comes with experience, brothers. That's why I teach that before you go out there getting with about you taking a concubine, you need to establish a wife. You need to have a wife, and you need to get some experience. Because a lot of times when brothers hear topics like polygyny, they think that you could just go out there and getting a bunch of women. Don't do that. Don't do that. Deal with your wife accordingly. Build, get to know her, learn the ups and downs, learn what you need before you go to the next level. Again, polygyny, a business. It's like a business. If I start a business and this store right here is successful and it's making profit, eventually I'm going to want to branch out and open a business over here because I see that I have the potential to do more. As a man, you got to know, do you want to have children? This is why when the brother said in the topic, he said, can he make a woman, I think he said, can he have another wife if he's not having no babies with her? I mean, you could pretty much have any wife you want, but I would look at the situation as if I'm having a wife, if she's not bearing children, she got to be doing something. There got to be some duties. That's why the scriptures talk about if a man take another wife, her duties, in terms of what she do, should not be diminished. In other words, he have to provide her food, raiment, clothing. He have to provide this, but her duties of marriage shouldn't diminish. So if you're not having children with her, she should have a task, something that she do. She's not just sitting there being a wife, but she's not bringing you no help. Remember, a woman is a helper to us as men. We got to get that mindset, helper. She's a helper. She's a helper. That's what her job is. She's a helper. We got to get that. You know what I mean? It's very, very important. Let me see. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. You said, Pastor Dow said, I just had a newborn son. He is 7 weeks old. Congratulations, man. That's great news, man. That's great news. That's great news. Like, see, when I hear that, I get excited because if most of you know, I have 4 daughters. So you already done know what's on my mind. My mind is focused on having sons. You know what I mean? So when I hear stuff like that, it's very encouraging and, most high willing. You know what I'm saying? One of these days, you'll see me pop up on YouTube with a, with a sonogram or something like that saying, yo, you wouldn't believe it. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Mark my words. But, let me see. Brothers, it's very important that we make it very known to women when we deal with them that you are polygynous by nature. Even if you have one wife, you still have to make it known that you are polygynous. It doesn't mean that you're out there looking for another, because you might be content with the one wife for now. But over time, you're going to notice things. You're going to notice things in your life, and you're going to be like, hold up, I have a need of another woman. That's not to look down on the woman you have as though she's not doing her job. No, it's just your nature. You going to have a need of another wife. And women have to understand this so that they can pretty much begin to undo the poor information we learned in this culture, which is what's keeping us held back. When you look at society, there are millions upon millions of single women. No husband. To every man is about 25 to 30 women apiece. And women think that they can all find a husband for themselves. Not going to happen. Not under monogamy. It's not going to happen. You could cry a river. But if every man got married to one woman, every man, there would be millions upon millions of single women with no husband. Because the Most High made more women. There are more women in the earth. I got 4 daughters, bro. 4. Now, keep in mind, When I first started having children, the first two, I wanted daughters. I always wanted daughters because, I love women. I love black women. And I always wanted to teach women. So I figure if I have two daughters, I'll begin to train them and teach them how to be great women. So when I got to the third, I was expecting a son. Another daughter came in. Right? When I got to the fourth, I was like, all right, here we go. Another daughter came in. I'm like, wow, when Most High really getting to me, boy. He's telling me something. He's telling me I gotta reach these women. So it's like from there, I'm like, okay, I gotta reach these women. He want me to reach women because he gave me nothing but emotions with these women. So that's why I'm very, very stern when I talk about women issues, and because I want to see women do better. And one of the problems in today's day is monogamy. It's going to cause all of you sisters to break up in your relationships. It's going to cause all of you to go through heartache and pain because you want to control a man and you can't control a man's manhood. So hopefully we could listen to more of what this sister have to say so we could gain more understanding. Let's listen to more.
I don't mean that in a way like belittling you. I mean that just being straight the fuck up. And the reason why I can think like this, because listen, I'm somebody, I spent a long time working on myself. Like a long time fixing a lot of fucked up ways of thinking, understanding that perception doesn't mean I'm right, meaning that something from my viewpoint doesn't make me right. It could be real to me on how I viewed it, but it doesn't make the other person. Like, it took me a long time to get my shit together.
Listen.
To be willing to admit when I'm wrong, to be able to stand in front of a man, a male figure, and say, you know what? I was wrong about that. I was running my mouth or over talking you, and I didn't know what I was. It took me a long time to get like that. Now that I'm like that, now that I have my family situation organized and I can co-parent great, and I understand that it's my job to take care of my responsibilities and pay for my vanity needs, and
Notice what she said. It's her responsibility to pay for her vanity needs, right? Now, for lack of better words, what she say vanity, like material items, getting her hair done, buying her purse, not expecting a man to come in and buy all of that stuff. She's basically saying it's her responsibility. And it kind of go back to those scriptures where it talks about how 7 women or something like that is going to cling to one man, and they're going to be like, look, I'll take care of my own place. I'll buy my own clothes. I'll buy my own food. Just let us be called by your name. It kind of falls right in line with that right there.
Cover my necessities, and I understand life in the way that this country is ran, and that it's not where another person's supposed to come in and cover your. Now that I understand all of this, a nigga can't just bring me in a situation and just try to make me be monogamous with them unless he got enough going on to keep my attention. When I realize, love, there are levels to you. There are depths to you. Like your personality, like listen, when I really got in tune with me, some things came out of me sexually that I never knew. Like I got a different type of sex drive. I got a different type of want and need when it comes to conversation.
Notice she talked about her sex drive. She talked about all of these different issues that came up out of her as she grew. She learned to understand men better. She learned not to be argumentative. Just because she's ratchet in the way she talks does not mean she's a bad person. She seems to have a lot of information about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very important. Oh, let me see. Pastor Dow post the scripture, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Ladies, based on these scriptures, we can clearly see that these women, they just want to be called by that man's name. The reproach they have is they don't got no man. They don't got no covering. They don't have no head. And when you look at today, that's what's going on. Now, because a lot of women work, got their own jobs, doing their own thing, those are the women that they're talking about right there. And a lot of times you brothers, you might get into a relationship with a woman who she may not even want to be a wife, not because she don't have wifely qualities. She's busy, got a career. She's a nurse, a lawyer. She's always traveling, but she need a man. That's where you come in. But you can't be this type of dude who just get with a woman to pump and dump and play this little game. I keep telling you, brothers, You get with a woman, make her your woman. Make her your woman. And keep it like that. And build upon that. It's very important. I mean, it's not hard to do. You have to want to do it. And that's the thing. We like to talk about these women, but a lot of men have not yet matured to the level of manhood yet. This is why I say that as a man, you got to have a lot of experiences because it allows you to mature. You know, again, a lot of people that look at me, they think I'm some youngin' somewhere. I'm 43. I'm not some little boy somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just that I take care of myself and I'm not stressed. Stress is something I avoid. You know what I mean? I avoid that like the plague because that will make you age and it can kill you. You know what I mean? It's very, very important. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what this, let me see. Power and control shouldn't be the goal. There are light and dark aspects of everything. Polygyny, it is to help men grow. It's to help both men and women grow. That's what polygyny is for. It's to help both men and women grow and add balance to society because right now it's unbalanced. Every woman is trying to get a man to be locked under monogamy, which is now making another woman remain single. Think about what I just said right there. When you're selfish as a woman and refuse for a man to be a man, and again, I'm not talking about these pump and dump guys, these wicked brothers who just want to use women. I'm talking about righteous men. Men of integrity, men who, when they see a woman, you respect her as the weaker vessel and truly want to guide her. Again, brothers, you can have sexual desires for a woman, be stimulated. That's normal. You're a man. When you're around a woman, she is the weaker vessel. So stop trying to manipulate her with your words. Be honest, be firm, show that you have the authority, and make it very clear to her so that she can understand her role, where she fit in, and ultimately why you are here. But don't try to use her and abuse her because what's going to happen is she's going to become stressed and broken. And now you're going to be in a situation now where you have to talk a lot and try to help her out. And she's not going to understand you because she don't respect you. Once a woman loses respect for you, bro, it's a wrap. She's no longer going to respect you and you ain't going to be able to get nowhere with her. So you don't want to run no game.
You got to have more than dick and money if you coming to sit at the table with me. So just like I would tell some of y'all females, a nigga can't come sit around me and keep talking about locking me in and you don't got nothing going on. I got major goals. If you don't got no major goals, I can't align with you.
Now, notice what she's saying. She's basically telling you, brothers, now you try to come in and lock me in, you know, you got to be the type of brother that come with more than dick and money. You got to come with something else to the table. You got to be that type of brother that really stimulate my mind, to really got me, you know, you got to have me really thinking like, wow, you are really an exceptional brother. Not the average Joe who just want to come in to play these little games. This is why I'm telling you, brothers, that when you get with a woman, you got to be so real with her that she don't want no other guy. As soon as she meet you, she done decided already. She's like, all right, I'm done. This guy, I need him. Have you run into a sister like that? As soon as she met you, she's like, you're the guy I need. I need you. I don't care about your money. I don't care about this. That's another thing, brothers. When you get with a woman and she choose you, because women are the ones who choose. And if a woman choose you, that's the best kind of woman to be with. I have to do a video on that. Brothers, listen to what I said. When a woman choose you, that's the best kind of woman to be with. Because it's not you chasing. Now, you can be interested in a woman and be assertive, but when a woman choose you, when a woman open a door and literally invite you into her world, it's already a done deal. She already approved you. She stamped approve you. But now you have to now display who you really are. And that's going to make it even better for her because now she's going to be like, you know what? I chose the right type of guy. This guy really, really makes me feel alive. Do you make women feel alive when you're around them? Do you fulfill their emotional needs? Do you heal their spirit? Brothers, there are a lot of women that you're going to encounter. They're all hurt. Matter of fact, bro, I would go as far to say that the majority of women that you run into and come in contact with are hurt, broken. They've been abused, molested, cheated on, lied to. So when they come to you, they're expecting you to do the same. You got to show them a different way. You got to be very upfront with them, very direct, and show them that you are a man of great character. And if you're a man who follow the Most High, all the better. Because now you can begin to teach her and guide her into the truth. And even if she may not believe in the Bible, even if she don't believe in this, she'll be won over by your conversation. Because when she see your integrity and she see your wisdom and she see how you flow as a man, you have to have a genuine love for women in order to be like this, brothers. Again, I know your human nature. You're turned on by women. They look good. I understand all of that. But as men, we have to begin to love the women. Don't be like all these guys on YouTube who disrespect women, disrespect single mothers, disrespect single women, and just keep going in on women. If you look, those guys got no relationships. Always judge a man by his relationships. Always judge a man who teach you about relationships. Do he have a wife? Do he have wives? If he got no wife and he's trying to teach you about relationships, just turn him off. Because he's only regurgitating what he may have heard from me or from Pastor Dowell or from another brother. He's regurgitating what he might have heard from men that actually practice what they preach. I would not be on YouTube teaching anybody about relationships if I didn't have one. That's my word. I wouldn't even do it because I would be wasting my time. So you shouldn't be listening to anyone try to guide you into relationships if they don't even have a successful one. That's like listening to a homeless person teach you about financial literacy when he's living on the street in a box. It don't make no sense. Now, if he's living in a box and he got some money and he was like, well, you know, I was homeless, but I did some investments. Now I got this bag right here. I'm about to get me a crib. All right, now we can listen to him because he got some knowledge. But a homeless man, who's listening to a homeless man about financial literacy? Not going to happen, you know? So let's listen to a little bit more, and I think it's going to end soon with her.
For my responsibilities, I don't come with drama. If you don't cover your responsibilities and you come with drama, you can't sit at the table with me. Don't mean I'm better than you, but I worked hard. It's going
meaning that if you're a man and you come to her, don't come to her trying to live in her house. Don't come to her trying to be a bum while she worked hard to develop what she have, and now you want to come in and live up with her. As a man, you shouldn't be trying to live with no other woman in terms of living at her house. You should have your own house. You should have your own apartment. You should have your own as a man before you even get involved with a woman. You shouldn't even be with a woman. You need to establish yourself as a man. You know, like real talk, guys, like real talk. Don't go out there don't ever move in with a woman in her place. You just degraded yourself and emasculated yourself. Because when she get mad, she's going to kick you out that house with your things, and she's going to burn your clothes, destroy your belongings. It's going to be a messy situation. You don't want to do that. I've seen many men do that, and they destroy their life. It doesn't make no sense, you know? So let's get into this.
take a lot. You got to have your shit together to have my attention fully talking about locking in with you.
Beautiful, man. She's speaking flames, man. She's basically saying you gotta be on point, man. Brothers, you have to be on point. Listen, she been through a lot already. I could look at her and I can tell that she been around. You know what I mean? I'm not disrespecting her. I'm just saying I know by experience. I could look at her and I can tell. She been through hell and hot waters. She dealt with different types of guys. She made a lot of bad decisions. Most of you would have probably called her a thought. Any sort of bad name you would have probably called her. But I say she's a woman who redeemed herself. Somebody was in her hair. She got in contact with a man somewhere, because a woman is not going to change like that. Women don't change like that by themselves. It takes a man. She encountered a man. There's a righteous man somewhere, somehow, some way. There's a man. Maybe she's listening to somebody on social media. Somebody influenced that woman and she changed from her wicked ways. Why? Because I can guarantee you she was living a wicked life, probably out there being promiscuous all over the block, doing all sorts of things. But now she figured out how to settle down, calm herself down, stop being crazy and doing a bunch of madness. So don't look at or judge her based on her the ratchetness or anything like that. That's just her, the way she is, from where she come from, and it is what it is, you know what I mean? But focus on the truth that she's putting out there.
The problem is y'all ain't went and got to know self. Like y'all ain't went and bust your own self open. Y'all ready to bust a nigga open and try to figure out, how to keep this nigga, how to fuck him good, or figure out how to fuck yourself good, how to stimulate your mind, what you really do like, and then go look for a partner to match that. Y'all don't understand. And see, people who don't get this, y'all take it like people like me act like we bet. No. I require a lot because I come with a lot. I require certain standards because I uphold myself to a certain standard.
That's good.
I done talked to niggas before in the past. They be like, damn, you ain't gonna invite a nigga over. You ain't gonna let you around my...
That's the end of the video clip there. If anybody know where the full video of that is, please send it to me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw. I would really appreciate the full video of that. Shout out to the brother, I think it's Said, who sent that video to me. I think his username is CED. Shout out to Cool Gent for the super chat. Appreciate that, bro. If anybody have the full video or know who that woman is, some social media, something, send me that info so I can get a hold of the full video, because somebody put a clip of it on WorldStar. They probably screen recorded it and just put it on WorldStar, but there's a full video somewhere. And I wanted to hear more because she was about to talk about her kids and a man asking if he can be invited over, which is another issue that women tend to do. They tend to invite multiple different men over their house when they got their kids around and they doing all of this type of stuff. And the thing is, you shouldn't do stuff like that. If there is a man that you invite over, it should only be one man in whom you are extremely comfortable with, because some of these guys are dirty. Some of these guys are child molesters. Some of these guys are pedophiles. And as a woman who have children, and you have a man or some sort of man you're dealing with, you have to really know the man's character to understand who he is before leaving him around his children. Back in the day, I never post this particular video on YouTube. It was so horrible. I was disgusted. I was horrified by this video. But back in the day, like I would say about 5 years ago, someone had sent me a video, right? The video was so explicit that it's almost a crime just to have the video in your possession, pretty much. And it was that bad. It was with a man, a grown man. In the video, it shows the woman that he's with. She's leaving out, right? And I'm just going to explain the story. I'm not going to go into full details. You make up your mind what it is. All I can say is that the video was so horrible that I wish that somehow, some way that the police was called in or somebody would have reported that video, because somebody had sent me a link, and it was on a Facebook where some guy went and posted a video where you see the woman and she's going to work and she left the man in the house, right? And her little girl, right? Her little girl, mind you, was there. And once she closed the door and she left, this grown man, right? This grown man, mind you, took the little girl and made the little girl perform oral on him. You single mothers out there bringing in these wicked men in your house and leaving them. You don't know nothing about this man. You don't know where he's from. You don't know his background. You don't know his character. And you leaving him up in your house with little children, talking about you going to work and he's staying home playing PlayStation when he's supposed to be at his job. That's what's going on. This is where kids get abused. This is where little children get molested, because you women leave them at home with a man you don't even know while you go to work and he up in your house being lazy. This Negro was literally forcing this little girl to perform oral on him. And the way in which he did that mess, it shows that he's been doing this all the time, because the little girl seemed to have, she has experience. And you're sitting here wondering, like, is this real? Like, this lady just walked out the house and it was one big mess on Facebook. The dude who put that video out there, he shut down the Facebook page because everybody was sharing the video. I don't know if Facebook found out about it. I don't know. Maybe the dude got arrested. I hope he did. But this was about 5 years ago. And it was that bad. And back then I was making a lot of heavy hidden videos. I didn't even want to touch that topic. I left that alone. I was like, I didn't want to touch that topic because, people will accuse you. Like, oh, well, you looked at the video, so, you know what I'm saying? You guilty too. Like, how the hell I'm guilty? I'm being sent videos. People send me videos all the time to look at. People send me the stuff on IG every single time. You know how many people send me information? I can't post and make videos about every topic that comes to me. It's too much work, But that's about it, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, that ended with that. So to wrap up the show, as men, monogamy, as men, we are not monogamous. We are not monogamous as men. It's not in our nature. Our nature as men is polygynous, or to practice polygyny, to have more than one wife, to have concubines, to build family, to bear children, to, have women that are just, righteous, pleasant to be around. That's what we are for. So if you have one woman right now, that's cool. But you should be open-minded as a woman to recognize that your man need more than one woman. And if anything, your woman can find you your second wife, third wife, or concubine. It would be better if your woman find that for you, because she would know exactly what you're looking for, which would be beneficial to her, because she might be more comfortable with another woman. Sometimes, due to the insecurities of women, this is why they protest against polygyny, because again, this culture we live in, women are anti-polygyny 100%. But the truth is, most women today are practicing what is known as polyamory. They're practicing having more than one husband right now. But then they'll be against you as a brother for having more than one wife. But when you look at the average woman, she'll have a baby by this guy, have a baby by that guy, have a baby by that guy. She had a baby by 3 different men. That means she has more than one man, because those are more than one baby fathers who have to visit their children. You know what I mean? And it's a bad situation, because what happened is she's okay with it for her, but then when you get with her, she's expecting you to practice monogamy with her. Ain't that crazy? She got kids by all these guys, destroyed her soul, destroyed her life. She got a lot of problems and baggage. But she's waiting for you to come in and be monogamous to her. That doesn't even make no sense. So as women, you got to be open and recognize polygyny is very important for your salvation, because you're going to be saved in childbearing. See, the Most High is talking to all you sisters and brothers throughout this show. I'm glad I'm doing this live right now. I'm a little tired because I've been up all night and I still got to go to work for 8 o'clock. But then again, I'm full of testosterone. All I got to do is go eat some breakfast and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to we call OG Hot Rod for the super chat. Appreciate that, brother. He said, good work, Ringo. Appreciate it. I'll send you the link to your Instagram of the young lady you just featured. She dropped a lot of fire. Yeah, man. Send me that link, man. For real, yo. I need to know who she is. I need to listen to more of her content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that sister, whoever you is. You know what I'm saying? That was some great words. You know what I mean? And no matter how much people try to judge you for, the hood mentality or the ratchetness or whatever the case is, I think that you're a very wise woman. And you can teach a lot of sisters. A lot of sisters need to listen to what you have to say. We need more women like that, regardless. See, here's the thing, people. The Most High can use whoever he wants. Don't be so accustomed to people talking perfect, being all eloquent, and hello, today, greetings, everyone. Today we're going to open the Bible and we're going to teach the word of God. That guy right there, he's a crook. What you want to listen to is a man that actually is going to be straightforward with you and keep it a buck. You want to listen to a woman that's going to be straightforward with you and keep it a buck. That's who you want to listen to. It's very, very important. It doesn't matter who it is. The Most High can use anybody as long as it's within truth is cool. Even with the explicit words that she's using, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I understand what she's saying. I understand her passion, you know? Shout out to Heatboxer79 for the super chat. Said Ringo has been preaching the truth for years. Now all of a sudden, I see other content creators using the voice pad for entertainment. Keep teaching. Yeah, a lot of them are pretty much playing games, you know, copying different things and doing stuff like that. Or I just got the IG message from you. I just saw it popped up, so appreciate that. I'll check that later on. Whatchamacallit. Normally when I get up in the morning, I get up at 6:30 in the morning. Could you believe that? And it's 6:02 a.m. New York time. But it's cool. Even though I'm up all night, it's Friday. So I'll be able to rest and I'll be good to go after I clock out. I'm happy once I clock out. You know, I just wanted to put this info out there. I wanted to put out some food for the people, some information so that everybody can pretty much gain some understanding about this. But, you know, again, ladies, this is what you need to hear. First thing first, ladies, you need a righteous man. If you're with a Pookie and Ray Ray and he talks about polygyny, please understand that polygyny is not for him. He's going to abuse you. He's not going to be faithful to any woman he's with. Polygyny is something you practice with a righteous man. You have to be a man of integrity, a man who respect women and love women. It's very important that a man display that love. It's very, very important. So as women, don't think that you could just go out there and just get with any man that's out there and say, okay, he can have more than one wife because Ringo said it. No, is he righteous? Do he follow the Most High? Has he repented? Is he conscious? Is there any bit of truth in this man? What's going on in this man's spirit? What's going on? You got to find this out. And it's going to take a lot of communication. This is something, again, I teach all the time. Brothers communicate with women. You know, a lot of times people get mad with my music. They're like, yo, your music is too sexual. First of all, I'm a man. I like women. It's just that simple. I'm a man. I like women. I'm not going to suppress what I like. I like beautiful women, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Most High made a woman to look that way so that you can desire her. Now, as long as she's single and available, everything is good to go. Now, if she's somebody else's woman, whatever the case is, that's when there's a problem. You know what I mean? But in making music, I don't see how, because the other day some guy was hating on me. He was like, your music is poison. It's leading me astray. It can cause brothers to lust. And cause brothers to lust, first of all, you have to understand what lust means. Lust simply means strong desire. As a man, you're telling me you don't lust after women? I mean, in order for me to even get with a woman to be my wife or concubine or consort or whatever the case is, I have to have some sort of desire. I mean, she's a woman. She's supposed to turn me on in some way. Right? So I'm not causing you to lust. If you have a sexual lust problem, then you need to do what the Bible said and take your eye out, which is causing you to sin. See, if my music videos is causing you to practice masturbation or to do anything that you feel is wrong, then that's your choice. You did that. I didn't do that to you. I'm just being me. I don't got no problem like you. I just happen to like dance hall reggae music, and I like the music that I make. That's what I make. I don't teach nobody to go out there to commit adultery. I don't teach nobody to be a thug. I don't teach nobody to gangbang. I don't teach nobody to, speak death over their lives. Just the other day you had a rapper that got killed. A lot of people are in uproar because of the rapper that died. But see, what most of y'all not paying attention to is that very same rapper, he rapped himself to death because everything he spoke of in his rap songs was death, death, death. That's all he rapped about. I'm going to die. I'm going to this. I'm going to that. They're going to shoot me. This and you keep rapping that stuff. Then whatsoever a man sow, that's what he shall also reap. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you keep speaking death over your life, you're going to have death. That's why all those rappers die young. And they're all part of the satanic system in them record labels out there. I'm never going to no record label. Never. I don't need a record label. This is social media. I can do what I need to do by myself and literally make a fortune, a 7-figure income just doing what I do. You know, it's very easy to do. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, again, everybody, appreciate everybody coming out to the show. Shout out to Pastor Dow for blessing the live stream and showing his presence here. Really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? A solid brother in the truth. You know, a leader who literally live by what he preach about. And I really, really appreciate what he have done here on the platform on YouTube to set a mark. And every time I get the chance, I always direct brothers to look at Pastor Dow as a model of manhood, not just because he's a pastor and he teach truth, but look at all the different things he do. And then you look at yourself as a man and say, okay, I got a lot to do. I really got to step my game up, not necessarily to be the same, but to have basic skills, basic handy skills, how to use a table saw, how to frame a wall, how to, paint, how to do this, how to do masonry work, basic masonry, understanding basic electricity, how to put together a heating system. You know what I mean? These are basic things that as men, we supposed to know these things. We supposed to have a toolbox or a tool shed with tools. You should all be in Home Depot. Every last one of you guys supposed to have a Home Depot card. You're supposed to be in the tool aisle, just buying a tool every week. Every week you put a new tool in your toolbox and you have all of them dressed up. Even if you're not doing anything, dress it up. You need tools. Because when things start breaking down, you got your tools there. Ain't nothing like having a bunch of nice tools and you can just fix what you need to fix, because your women will respect you when they see you repairing things around the house. Refrigerator break down. Oh, I know what to fix. It's this. Oh, the compressor probably went out. All right, let me get that. Oh, the stove went out. Oh, I know what it is. It's that piece in the back. All right. All we got to do is reorder that, or I can do this and solder this and do it. You know how to do it because the experience over the years, it taught you how to do certain things, you know? So it's not just about, well, I'm a man, my woman's supposed to respect me. No, you're supposed to do a whole lot. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Are you doing that, brother? Are you giving yourself? I'm giving myself. I'm doing this work right here. Then I got to go to the 9 to 5 because I got to make sure all these bills are paid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't crying. That's what I got to do. That's what a man do. And then when I'm at work, I'm working again. And then I might counsel people. I might talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Most of these guys on YouTube that you see just playing games, they're not doing no work. The ones who do the work, you can see the fruit. Remember, people, the ones who are doing the work, you could see their fruit. The tree is known by his fruit. So, to all the ladies in the chat, if you have a man, please understand that that man can practice polygyny. And he don't need your permission. He don't need your permission. But as a man, it's very important that you make that very known to the woman that you're dealing with. That way she understands. And the more you explain and the more you talk, she's going to basically come to the grips of understanding. But you got to be a man of character, because if you're a dirty man, that's probably why she has an issue with you, because she know you dirty. If you're a righteous brother and she see how you move, she's not going to have a problem with you. Sometimes you need to tell your woman, why don't you go find me a second wife? Since you got all these friends, you know what I'm saying? Hook a brother up. Real talk. I'm just saying, like, it's worth a shot, right? I mean, you put the ball in her court, you make her feel like she's a part of something rather than you just going out on IG looking for some Instagram model. Come on, man. You know, we all made those mistakes, but you got to do things better. You know what I mean? Sherelle's in the building. Sherelle's in the building. Yeah, so let me see, man. All right, Pastor Dow said, thanks for the shout out. My brother, I am humble for your words. I will continue to strive for truth and the love of Yah. I will continue to teach young men. I am 54 and still pushing on. Congratulations, bro, and congratulations on the newborn, man. That's great news. You know what I'm saying? You have a son. That's great. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High for that. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? That brings me great joy. You know what I'm saying? That brings me great joy to just know that another brother just had a son. That's great news, man. For real. Congratulations, man. Very, very much appreciated to hear that news. So it's 6:11 New York time. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go get some breakfast, literally take a shower, hook up, and get prepared to head on out to work. We'll be back on later on tonight, hopefully at 10 p.m. You know my time. I'm never on time, but at least, you know, I'm providing some content. You know what I mean? So this was an excellent show, very heartfelt. I hope a lot of people learn from it. I'm going to have a part 2. I'm also going to have a part 2 to the last live stream that I did on, I think I said Are Modern Women the Prize or something like that. I'm going to have a part 2 on that because the women were coming at me in that topic. They were upset. They were really upset with me, especially with the whole polygyny talk. But we're going to have a part 2 to this because there's more information that I probably didn't put in the video. And that's about it. So y'all take care. I literally am going to get ready to go to work right after I log off of here. That's crazy, right? Wow. It's crazy. My partners and I'm going to be like, bro, you was up all night doing a live? Yeah, man. It is what it is. So that's about it. Thanks for everybody coming out to the show. Whatchamacallit? Thanks for everybody coming through, supporting the stream. And, you know, I hope everybody have a blessed Friday, blessed weekend, and just an overall good day. And most of all, brothers, when you interact with our women, be upfront, be honest, don't lie. And another thing, brothers, when you communicate with a woman, make sure that you are holding her hand or looking at her in her face, but you must make some sort of contact where you're communicating your words, especially when you're being heartfelt about what you're about. I recommend you hold her hand and talk and look in her eye. What you're doing is you're really connecting with her. These are things that people just don't teach nobody, but it's true. When you hold a woman's hand, you connecting. Because when you're talking to her and you're talking, the energy is flowing. And she's feeling your energy. And if you lying, she'll know. But if you're telling the truth, it's going to make her heart feel good. And she's going to be comfortable to talk to you. And that's what you want. You want her to be comfortable and open up to you so that she can pair bond. Because a lot of women, they're unable to pair bond with a man because of the hurts, pains, sexual abuse. You want to first communicate to build and build and build and connect with her spirit and build and build and build. And then finally, you make her your woman through the act of sex. That's how you make a woman your wife. That's how you take her as your woman. You understand me? It's not through a contract with the state. It's not through all of that. Some of us brothers, we may have went that route, but when you practice polygyny, you're not going to the state. That's called bigamy if you have multiple wives on contract in different states. You know what I mean? That's not what we do. We don't practice that. You practice polygyny, you deal with these women according to the scriptures. You know what I mean? According to your laws of what you do as a man. So, with that said, I'm going to sign out, y'all. Y'all take care. Man, I got to get ready for work. I got to get ready for work. It is crazy, man. I'm pretty sure my wife is pretty much up right now. I can guarantee you that she's up right now. I know. Because she literally be up like right away, like cooking, preparing things like right away. So I know she's out there right now. Right now. I know. She's right there. If I open the door right now, I guarantee you she's there. She's probably like, you still on that computer? What the? Yeah, so, all right, y'all. I'm going to sign out. Let me make sure everything is right. All right, everything looks, oh, here we go. I got to load that down. Well, I had that volume up. Probably was putting a lot of hiss into the stream. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to sign out. I'm going to sign out. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. And we are out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.